a warm-up for Ukemi. We don't teach these that often, so these are pretty fun. What you're going to do is lay down on your side first. And what you're going to do is you're going to throw yourself to the other side, and you're going to basically hit the big part of your thigh on the ground, keeping your heel up off of the ground slightly. Let me move sideways a little bit. And you're going to hit with your forearm and your hand all at once. I want to just keep this ankle off the ground slightly here so that it doesn't slam down into the ground, because if we were actually training on cement, then the bones of your ankle would hit the ground unless you had a shoe that covered them. So this is one way if somebody's throwing you to start to get used to take Ukemi, even if it's on cement or blacktop. So then what I do is I go side to side like this. So I'm going to actually slap the mat, which in Bujinkan we don't do a lot, but it's going to give you a feeling of hitting the mat with a little more impact. You're going to feel the impact in your forearm and in your palm. Now, why do we do that? So this is going to get us into the first part of Ukemi of getting thrown. And we're going to be doing it solo training, so I'll show you how it's going to look. We're going to start into a roll from a front roll Zempo Kaiten Naname, and then I'm going to go and not roll up out of it, not go onto the bottom of my feet, but go onto that side of the thigh. So to go like that. It's almost like I'm sliding and taking that hit, but my back ankle is off the ground. So I'll do it one more time in this direction. So this is how I start to begin to learn how to take impact on the side if I was getting thrown. This is the most basic because I'm already low on the ground. I'm on all fours. But when I'm sliding in on my thing, it's almost like when you're sliding into home base and they go like that and they'll slide with their foot in baseball. It's that same feeling, but I'm taking Ukemi and I'm keeping my knees apart and my heel is not slamming into the ground. So this is a basic way to take Ukemi from the side. All right, so this is the first part. You go for kneeling. Now, what happens when somebody throws you, let's say at a koshi nage or something like that, and you're falling from a higher amount, like waist high, your knees and your feet will collapse together and they won't be able to hold apart. It's just momentum and things like that. This is where you turn one of your feet downward. So the one that's going to be hitting on the ground, the thigh, that one just goes across sideways. But the other foot, you're actually going to hit with the top of your foot. So I'll show you what this looks like. Right here, my bottom leg is down on the thigh. The top foot hits downward. This is the second level up because it's impossible to keep your knees together without them clapping like this. When you're getting thrown from a higher level, you're going to plant like this with one foot where you're trying to keep this ankle off. It's probably going to just hit the mat. It's totally fine if it's just the mat. And you're going to hit the heavier part of your leg and you're going to reach out with that leg and then boom, it's going to hit all at once. So to practice this one, you can go into a front roll and come over and let that base leg just have the hit with the thigh and keep your other foot where you're just touching down with it on the top. I'll do a couple towards you and a couple from the sides. Right? Then you think about sliding into this nice like that. I also keep my hands up in a ready position. I don't want my elbow hitting into the ground as I'm coming over either. Then if you have thicker mats, You can actually chuck yourself into this throw and flip over and then take the real hit. And that's where you're coming down with one leg that's bent on the side of your thigh, and then you're also coming down on the top of the base of your one foot. So one foot's up, curled in, the base leg's curled in, and the top foot, sometimes will even go past it. You'll end up falling like this. So this is the best way to take a high fall when you don't have weapons in your belt.